it's Chloe and we're back with another video. You guys, I just want to say thank you all for being so patient with me last week. I know I promised to bring last week's episode, but I just was not feeling my best last week. I don't know what it was. I just couldn't get it together. I just felt down, so I couldn't record. I wanted to bring y'all a good review. I didn't want to just do it to do it and then y'all be like, Chloe slipping, she falling off. Okay, so I'm back this week. Okay, I'm feeling better and we about to get into this episode. It's not really a lot to get into, so let's just discuss what happened. I mean, come on now, y'all knew these people was gonna get married. I don't even know why y'all want to be surprised. Okay, everybody always put a ring on it at the end, except for Dorian and Alexia. Okay, we know that, but the real question is, are they gonna make it? Okay, everybody can put a ring on it, but are you gonna eventually get married? Okay, because we already know last season nobody got married. Nobody, unfortunately. Okay, so that's the real test of time, and see how that's gonna go. Before I get into this review, don't forget to like this video, don't forget to comment down below and subscribe to the channel if you like the review, and welcome back if you've been here before. Okay, and if you're not subscribing, you've been here before, then what are you doing? Okay, subscribing? I hope so. Okay, enough of that. Let's get into the review. The episode picks up basically exactly where it left off. Okay, so Eric is talking about how he's hurt to actually hear Jessica say that he doesn't show her any appreciation. Okay, Dr. Nicole asked him, are you really touchy-feely with her? And he goes, yeah. And she says, so you do what you think she needs to feel loved because that's what you need to feel loved. Okay, and I completely understood that. I feel as though, like, sometimes in relationships we tend to love people the way we want to be loved, not realizing that we all need love in a different way. Like, my love language is affection, attention, all that good stuff, right? My husband's love language is like I think, what, y'all? I think his love language is acts of service, because I feel like that's the type of love he gives out. And if we treat people how we think we would feel loved and appreciated, then I think that's probably his. I don't know. He's hard to figure out. But anyway, so there's definitely a miscommunication, because sometimes you just need to love a person the way they need to be loved. It doesn't mean that you don't love them. It's just that they don't recognize it, because that's not what they're looking for. They're overlooking what you actually do because it's not what they want from you. Okay, Eric is really hurt because he says that Jessica keeps saying that he opened up to her. But, like, how could he open up to her if he didn't know that's what she needed? Like, how could you give me that? How can you say I don't do those things when you don't tell me that's what you need from me? Dr. Nicole said the same way you just said it. So it's kind of like you didn't know that she needed those things from you. She never expressed it. So of course you couldn't do it. But now that you hear it, now that you know that's what she needs, are you going to be open with her? Are you going to be able to, have those conversations and intimacy with her? Jessica hopes that he actually hears what Dr. Nicole is saying as far as, her love language and actually loving her the way she wants to be loved. She does say she's not going on another date with Sean because, like, she's learned everything she needs to learn. Okay, she's done with it. She found out what she was looking for in her relationship. She found out things that she didn't really like about her relationship. And overall, she's ready to focus on herself and focus on her relationship with Eric. Okay, it's time to leave these dates where they at, and now focus all my time and energy on my man, okay? In our relationships. So I'm happy that, she's tired. Sometimes you feel like that's what you want to be. You feel like you want to be on the dating scene, but since you really don't, okay, it's a whole lot going on out there. We don't need time. We don't have time to be dealing with the stress of, dating again. So I think that's part of it when it comes to Jessica. Plus, I think even though she says that, she liked him being, open and emotional with her, whatever the case may be, I low-key feel like it may have been a little bit too much for her to take in. Okay, just my opinion. So we get to Eric and we start talking about his date and how did his date go. And of course he says that it was very nice. It was nice and intimate, okay? He used that word intimate. I was like, ooh, okay? I don't know if I want to be sitting next to my man and he's telling me their date was nice and intimate, because now I feel like, what you mean by intimate? Okay, but anyway, he said that they really had a really good conversation. They was really getting to know each other. They was really getting, down to that conversation. And Dr. Nicole asked Jessica how she feel about that. Now, Jessica was like, listen, I would love to have these deep conversations. I would love to connect with this man, okay? But like every time we do that, he's stuck in his phone. I was like, See, Eric, you sit there, you say you want this open communication, you want her to, have some depth to her and stuff like that. But when y'all trying to have those conversations, when she's trying to talk about y'all future, when she's trying to, establish where y'all gonna be in a couple of years and how many more kids y'all gonna have and what y'all life look like, you stuck in the phone, sir. Are you distracted? Maybe that's why you don't see those conversations happening, because you're not paying attention. But anyway, he does say that, they didn't have phones when they were in the Salt Cave. So, of course, he wasn't distracted. He was able to have that conversation. Dr. Nicole says, listen, maybe that's what you need to do if y'all want to have those, nice, intimate conversations. You need to put up boundaries. You need to set aside those things that distract you from each other so that y'all can connect. So if y'all want to, y'all know what y'all got to do. And I'm like, there we go. I feel as though if he puts the phone away, she puts the phone away, and they sit there and they actually talk and they have these conversations just like they did when they had the conversation about what marriage looks like to them. They had no distractions, and they actually got to know a lot about each other, just like they did when they had those conversations about their family dynamics. They didn't have no phones in their hands. They didn't have any distractions. They was able to get down to what they needed to get down to. And I think if they continue that, they can actually grow, because that's when they start letting out their real feelings and emotions. But Eric still wants to go on another date with Leilani. Okay, he's not ready to let that relationship or that time go, because he likes the space that she puts him in. I guess he likes the peace of mind. So he still wants to go on another date with her. Just to be clear, why are we still going on dates? I feel like we should not be going on dates at all. Like, we shouldn't have the option to go on another date at this point. Like, it should be, all right, now, y'all, it's decision time. Is coming up. No more dates. Take this time to think about what you want to do and how we're going to get this together. Not, do you want another date? Because, God, if they all would have went on another date, honey, listen, I would just be like, this too much. Like, I got to go on another date. Go figure out if I want to marry this person all in this 1 week. No, too much. But anyway, Dr. Nicole has some things that she wants them to go do. She wants the guys to go pick out rings, okay? And she wants the girls to go try on wedding dresses. And she wants them to listen to their feelings and their emotions when they're doing this, okay? So are you excited? Are you happy? Are you nervous? What's your gut telling you? Is this something that you really want? Or is this something you thought you wanted? Or is it even the person that you wanted with? How do you feel in that moment? Sit in it and, go through those emotions. And I sat there and I thought to myself, like, listen, okay, as a woman, if I try on a wedding dress, I don't care who I'm marrying. I just want to get married at the moment. Because the wedding dress makes you feel like a beautiful princess, okay? So, like, I don't know if that's a good feeling for women to go try you on a dress, because like I've seen a lot of women have their wedding dresses, not personally, I don't know no personal women with their wedding dresses already, okay, but like on TV and books and stuff like that, I've heard and read on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter, okay, people already having their dresses and they're waiting for the man. So I don't think going to find a dress is really going to make a woman feel like I don't want to get married. Just my opinion. I could be wrong, okay? But anyway, when Eric and Jessica get into the car, she tells him that she wants to apologize because, she didn't want him to think that she was saying that he doesn't appreciate her. She just wanted him to realize that he doesn't appreciate her the way she wants, okay? Because she wants him to, send her random text messages and stuff, and not just on special occasions. And then she brought up the fact that she does that to him. Like, she sends him random text messages to show him that she appreciates him. And then I sat there and said, you two are mirroring each other all the time. They are literally the same person. Jessica, the same way you want Eric to love you the way you want to be loved, you have to love Eric the way he wants to be loved. He probably don't care about them random text messages, okay? Maybe he wants some more affection from you. While I was sitting and listening to her, I was just like, but are you loving him the way he wants to be loved? Because that sounds like your love language, Jessica. Okay, you want him to see it, but are you seeing it? So, y'all, them two, I feel like they just the same person. If they could just figure out that they the same person, then they will understand each other a lot better. Like, y'all would think by now that y'all will understand that you are her and he is you. Like, y'all don't get it yet? just think about what you want and give it to that person, because exactly like y'all like the same person at this point, okay? So Eric and Sean go to look at rings, y'all, and first of all, Sean looking at a 5-carat ring, and I was like, Sean, you got 5-carat money, honey? Because wasn't we just talk about we not financially stable or whatever? Did something happen in these last couple of weeks that you just got a bag that we don't know about? Like, oh, put a ring on it, paid you? Okay, cool. No, y'all, just playing. But he was looking at a 5-carat ring, and I was like, okay. Eric, on the other hand, is not really focused on the rings, because, you know, he's not even sure if he wants to go through with this at this point, because like him and Jessica are just going at it, okay? And at this point, Jessica is really doing things to, like, you know, make him second guess this altogether. And I'm just like, that's every relationship, okay? There's gonna be days where you just second guess your whole freaking life. Like, is this really what I want? Is it? Okay. But you have to, you know, consciously make a decision every day to go through with this thing called marriage, okay? And I think once they realize that it's not always going to be perfect, they will be okay. They got this perfect image in their head that everything needs to be lingerie and Marvin Gaye every day, when it's definitely not. So Eric goes to see Dr. Nicole for some next steps, okay? He needs to figure out what he needs to do next between him and Erica. He tells her that he's 85% ready, but he's also scared that after he proposed, this can just go back to them having miscommunication, not using the tools, falling back into the same cycle. And that's the 15% that he's scared of. He's scared that, you know, like, all this will be in vain. Like, we did this whole process, we finally got the ring on it, and now we back where we started. Like, are we really changing? Are we really using these tools and moving forward? Honestly, y'all, I don't think they are. And I'm just gonna say it flat out and straight out. As much as they have learned about themselves, I still don't think that they are gonna use the tools that they learned to actually put them in effect to be in a successful marriage. I just don't see it. I do think they love each other. I do think they care. But unless they're in constant counseling after put a ring on it, I really feel like they're going to start going back into the same cycle, start arguing, miscommunicating, and loving each other how they want to be loved and not how the other person want to be loved. And then not even realize it that they the same person. That's all I'm saying. Dr. Nicole said something that I think was very, you know, very, very, very necessary. He tells him that he has to learn to give her grace. Because he needs grace too. Like, you're not perfect, so why do you expect her to be perfect? Yes, because she's gonna make mistakes. Yes, you know, things are not gonna be always the way you want it. Yes, there may be times you guys miscommunicate, but you have to give her grace to learn. You have to give her grace to change, the same way you want her to give you that grace for you to learn, and that grace for you to change. And I'm just sitting here like, exactly, it's not gonna be perfect, like we just discussed. So yes, give each other grace. Be human. Period. So now Jessica goes to see Dr. Nicole, and she looks so cute in her little black and her top bun with the little headband. I was like, oh, she looks so cute. And Dr. Nicole was like, you look cute. And I was like, she do, right? But anyway, that's not the point. The point is that she's learning to, you know, focus on Eric's heart and not so much of what he says. And I think that's because she wants him to say, I love you. She wants him to say, I appreciate you. She wants him to say all of these things and not realizing that, you know, he's doing other things in place of that. So she wants to, you know, start to, you know, recognize his heart and not so much what he says, okay? And when Jessica and Dr. Nicole are talking, Dr. Nicole gives her this whole spiel about, you know, not putting a cap on how high you can go. And Jessica was like, well, basically what you're trying to tell me is that I set my standards low. And Dr. Nicole said, no. It's not that you set your standards low, it's that you don't set them high enough for Jessica. Basically, what she was trying to get her to understand is that you have to set them so high that when you aim, you aim high, okay? You want the best. You're reaching for the best. You don't settle and accept the low, okay? I don't want the bare minimum. You want the standards to be up here. So when it's time to, you know, reach them, you know that it's going to take some work. It's going to take some effort. And that when you get there, it was all worth the struggle, okay? Don't settle for mediocre when you can have great. Aim high and try and get there. Then settle for low. Okay, so Eric goes on his date with Leilani, y'all, and they all salsa dancing, and she's like, touch my body, come touch my body, you know, salsa, salsa, salsa. You know, she says that salsa's not really his type of dance. She thinks he's the type of guy that likes the girl to twerk on him, and maybe on the next date, that's how this will go. I say, Leilani, y'all getting the next date. Do you not know that it's time to make a decision to put the ring on it and not, sis? Okay? But anyway, when they sit down, they start having a conversation, and I respect Eric so much for this conversation because he really didn't have to go on a date. And I think he really went on a date to just let her know that this is over. And when he told her that he was going to take all his, you know, energy and really focus on his relationship, I felt like that was a very, very respectful thing of him to just, you know, have that closure instead of, you know, just walking away and ghosting this girl. Kind of how Jessica did old dude that she was going on them dates with. You know, after they had that conversation, it's like she just never ended it. She just told them, like, what if, like, this could be, what about. She never really was like, I'm gonna go focus on my relationship. So I respect Eric so much for having that conversation with her. And you can tell that whole you can tell that Leilani was a little hurt because she was just like, you know, I wish him the best. And then when he was like, do you want to finish a drink or stuff like that before we leave? And she was like, nah, I'm good. And I was like, oh, I know her little feelings were hurt, but she know what she signed up for. She knew what her purpose was. And her purpose was to come to help this man realize if the grass is greener on the other side or if he can just water his own grass and it will grow back stronger, you know? So now Erica and Laronda go try on their dresses, y'all. And both of their dresses are very beautiful. I like both their dresses, actually. But when Laronda put that headpiece on, y'all, I was like, yes, girl, that's all you needed. That's what you needed. That's what was missing. That headpiece was everything. It brought it all together. And I was like, oh, they're gonna be some pretty brides. I swear they are, okay? No matter who they marry, when they get married, they still gonna be some pretty brides. They're both nervous, they're both overwhelmed, but overall, like, they feel like brides. And I just was like, exactly. You don't sit there and think that these women not gonna fantasize about marriage or fantasize about a wedding now that you don't put them in a wedding dress, okay? Even if they didn't think that this was the man for them, honey, they still gonna want to put these dresses on and look at it like a wedding. And that's half the problem with a lot of people, okay? They focus more on the wedding than they do on the marriage. Like we had that conversation in one of these episodes before. So Jessica and Eric now, they're going on a date, y'all. And when they walked in, Jessica said, he must have studied me from top to bottom because this place is literally me. Everything in here says Jessica. And I was like, exactly, Jessica. You think because he doesn't tell you he loves you or tell you he appreciates you all the time that he doesn't know these things about you. And I think that the fact that she noticed that he noticed everything that she would like down to the T was beautiful, okay? When they were sitting there, they were having a conversation. And Eric wanted to ask some questions because he needed to know if he needed to know if this process really changed them for the better, or if they're gonna go back into that same cycle that they just got out of. So he asked her, you know, how do you feel about this process? And she was just like, yo, I really feel like this process has been good for us. I felt like we grew a whole lot. And then he asked her, how do you think we will go forward after this, right? She says, I feel like if we can use the tools that Dr. Nicole gave us, that we can really learn to communicate and connect on a deeper level. And I was like, oh, look at Erica. I was like, oh, look at Jessica giving out all the right answers, and she don't even know she about to get a ring, y'all. She don't even know. Now, this is where I was disappointed. Because I honestly thought he was going to pull out the ring at that dinner. But did he do that? No, he did not, okay? They going to finish eating and cheers to a fifth kid instead of him proposing. I was like, what is going on here? Why they dragging this out now? Had me a little, you know, a little stuck a little bit. I was like, oh, he really needed to know whether or not she was going to get the right answers. Homeboy didn't even bring the ring into the building. Because if she would have said the wrong thing, he wasn't going to plan the second date that he had for them. Okay, now Sean and Laronda, they go on a date and they go back to where they originally went on their first date at arcade. They race car racing and they just having a great time. They're having a good time. Like, you know, they kids at heart, they having having fun. It's not heavy. It's not one of them emotional sit downs. Because y'all know that daggone Sean was going to propose to Laronda regardless, okay? That man loved him some Laronda. He ain't trying to lose her no matter what, okay? So I'm not surprised that he put a ring on it. I knew he was going to put a ring on it when he was crying in the bathroom when she went on another date with a man, okay? Because he could not lose her. He could not lose her. Now, when they go upstairs, he has this nice little setup, and you know, and he tells her his plan, okay? How he plans to never hurt her, plans to always be there for her, plans to always have his back, always have her back, you know, just the plan, okay? And then he goes and he pulls out the ring and he gives it to her. He pulls out the ring, he gets down on one knee and he proposes to her, and it's beautiful, okay? I'm a sucker for love, y'all. I don't care if I think the relationship gonna work or not work, if it's pity, if it's not, if it's gonna be successful, if it's not. Stuff like this just makes me happy, okay? I was happy for them because I was like, oh, I really hope this works, okay? But based off of last season, a part of me just feels like, I don't know. I don't know if we're gonna make it down the altar. I just know at this point we engaged. Now, how long we gonna be engaged? That's a good question, okay? That's the question right there. How long y'all gonna be engaged? Because we don't got time for 10-year engagements now, honey. That's what we not gonna do. But anyway, he says, I got one more surprise for you. One more surprise for you. Laronda said, you got me a new car. I said, it's never enough for a woman, okay? The man just gave you a whole engagement ring and you want the new car too. Okay, but he surprised her with the family in the back, and it was so cute. They had their little pictures flashing on the screen. It was a whole thing, and I liked it. Okay, I'm a sucker for love. I love love, and I thought it was beautiful. And I really do wish them the best, and I really do hope that they learn to communicate and deal with heal from whatever traumas that they experience that's blocking them from growing as a couple. Now, Eric takes Jessica on another date, y'all, and he set her up for a photo shoot for her boutique, which I thought was bomb, okay? I thought it was like the best appreciation gift you could give someone ever, okay? Because it just showed that he really, really supported her and he really, really cared. So I was here for that, okay? She was all trying on the outfits, okay? He's on the sideline like, yeah, babe, you look good. That's what I'm talking about, babe. Do you, okay? Oh, I like what I see, okay? Cheers to that. That black dress Jessica had on, y'all, I'm not gonna hold you. It was giving what it was supposed to give. Now, me, girl, I ain't got the body for it, but Jessica was pulling it off, so I'm here for that. And you could tell he was really like, in that moment, like, yeah, that's my girl. Yeah, that's about to be my wife, okay? He was real souped in the inside. She looked very beautiful, okay? The last set, he walks out like, I'm going to take pictures with you. And y'all, when he got down on that one knee and he proposed to her, I said, oh. I can't help it. I just can't help it. Even if I felt like the relationship was toxic, just for people proposing make me happy, okay? And I'm just like, oh, this is adorable. And of course she said yes. Like, why wouldn't she say yes, okay? After going through this process and going through all the things that y'all been through and opening up to each other and finally trying to communicate, I think that they can make it. Do I think that they're going to use the tools to make it? Maybe not. But look, that's not my love story to tell. That's theirs to tell. I do hope that they make it, and I do hope that they have this 5th child that they want, and I do hope that they love each other the way they both want to be loved. It was beautiful. I liked the episode, y'all. It didn't give too much of anything, but it gave us the finale that we were hoping for our couples, aside from Alexia and Dorian. But I am ready for the reunion. Honey, when Sir Charles said that he thought Sean was Laronda's child, I said, ooh, the shade is real, okay? And Miss Kai out there want to have a fit about Dorian being a liar, sis. We know he a liar, sis. You knew he was a liar. Don't be surprised now because he lying to you. Anyway, y'all, I can't wait. That's the episode that I'm really waiting for the reunion. So I'll see you guys next week. Don't forget to like this video. Comment down below. What do you think about the couples? Do you think they're going to actually stay married? Or do you think that this is just an engagement that may last for a long time? Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like the video, all that good stuff. Peace.